Good evening. My name is Sarah Butterfield, and I am the president of the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society at BUHS. Although we cannot safely gather together tonight in person, I am so pleased to welcome you to this live stream ceremony. Tonight we'll recognize students for their excellence in their academic lives as well as their outside endeavors. Whether you're a new inductee, family member, or friend of one, please sit back and enjoy this well-deserved night of honor and celebration. My fellow officer Marley Hathaway and I will now describe the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society.
The first pillar is scholarship. Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for human education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way: through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their worlds through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. We will now hear about leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members.
The next quality is service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work, where many opportunities arise to help others, both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need, without monetary compensation or public recognition, is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow. Our final quality is character. Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality, our goodness. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life, and once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others, to be rather than seen. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Hello, my name is Casey Conklin. Kind, loyal, and optimistic are 3 words that I would use to describe this person. I've known this person for a few years now, and I can say without a doubt that they are a ray of sunshine. This person is very involved in the Unified Sports Program, and it is clear that she is very passionate about it. During every practice, you can see her running around and encouraging everyone. As a member and captain of the BUHS girls soccer team, she has demonstrated leadership and kindness, always spreading positivity and helping others. One of my fondest memories of playing soccer with her was when in the middle of a game, the ball was in the air headed her way, and she caught it in her hands. This would have been great if she was a goalie, but she wasn't. Instead, she was a phenomenal midfielder. In this situation, most players would have panicked, but she just smiled and laughed. She set the tone of the game just by brushing off and having fun. She's one of the hardest workers I know, always putting her all in everything she does, whether it's sports or school. She is dedicated to everything she does. As I've gotten to know her, her thoughtfulness and kindness shines through, and I can say that I have the privilege of calling her a friend. It is my pleasure to welcome C.C. Allenbear into the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello, my name is Sarah Butterfield. The NHS candidate packet identifies a student leader as someone who is resourceful in identifying problems, applying principles, and providing solutions. This inductee is the first person who comes to mind when I think about these qualities. Never stagnant, he is always challenging the way things are and striving to make them better. His passion for climate issues is inspiring. He has gathered data on the school's impact on the environment and set a goal to go completely paperless. I feel confident leading the student council under his leadership as the new president, for I particularly admire his willingness to do the right thing, even when the right thing is hardest to do. Involved in a plethora of clubs and organizations, he is passionate about being involved in the things going on around him. He represents BUHS well as a member of the Brattleboro Rotary. In addition, he is a phenomenal student who is currently taking multiple AP courses while also being a dedicated member of the STEM Academy following the biomedical track. I have the pleasure of also calling this inductee my friend. I have called upon him countless times for last-minute favors and advice. He is always prepared to lend a helping hand, like when I sent him and Will on a wild goose chase for last-minute taco supplies to bring for the overflow shelter dinner we were providing. He has since improved his taco making skills as an employee at Tito's Taqueria. It is apparent that this inductee truly cares about those around him. Watching him play varsity soccer and varsity intramural basketball has been a joy. He is a great teammate, friend, and one-of-a-kind high schooler who makes BUHS a special place. I am happy to welcome Elias Gradinger into the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Alex Shriver. I stand before you on whatever device you are watching this from with the honor of introducing one of my very best friends to be inducted into the National Honor Society. When I think of this inductee and all of his great defining traits, one odd, random story comes to mind. After a long, fun day in New York City, this inductee and I waited for our bus ride home to arrive at the New York Public Library. I was nearly falling asleep because of the action-packed day, but he was as lively as a spring chicken. He asked me to take a picture of him in front of one of the famous library lions for one last memory. And I, thinking I was being tricky, recorded him instead. When he realized what I was doing, he came up with this line. He said, "I'd be lying if I said I wasn't in front of a lion." This might seem like an insignificant moment, a corny joke, but I know I will always remember it. It highlights so much of his incredible character. He approaches life with enthusiasm, and he doesn't take his opportunities for granted. So, while I was as exhausted as can be, near ready to collapse and sleep, he was still at it, as energetic as ever, making silly jokes. As is typical of him, he goes all in on whatever he puts his mind to. For example, when he discovered a love of filmmaking and journalism, he followed it head on. He took Career Center classes on the subject, went to a camp in Boston to learn more about the media, and started a local radio show. He even kept his show going through the limitations of COVID. So he isn't just a great scholar, he's also a very driven one. Then there's the ridiculous pun he came up with on the spot in front of that lion. You see, this inductee is a very quick thinker. He can come up with a silly joke just as quickly as he can find a solution to a problem or figure out what someone is thinking. It's this quick thinking that makes him so socially smart. He understands people. He's a kind and empathetic person, the perfect character. I challenge you to find anyone who will not love spending time with him. I would also like to highlight his sincerity. When he made that goofy pun, he knew it was ridiculous and the resulting video might embarrass him, but he didn't care because he knows he is a goofball who makes funny, silly puns. He also knows that he cares about civics, morals, and philosophy, among others. He knows what he stands for, and he knows to stand up for them. He doesn't change his personality for anyone, and he doesn't compromise his beliefs to impress anyone. He will debate you endlessly until he has proven his point, because he cares deeply about his opinions. This is the kind of passion that people want to see in a leader, and it is why people naturally gravitate towards him. Lastly, I would be remiss to not mention all these great qualities without mentioning his number one priority, his friends. He is the best friend anyone could ask for. His passion for journalism is matched by his commitment to his friends. His quick thinking gives him the perfect tool set to emphasize with your struggles and help you in any way he can. Although it may also give him the perfect tool set to pull pranks on us, but we let it slide because we know it comes from a place of love. He is a goofball and a tricky, sly guy who loves his friends and wants them to be happy. I couldn't ask for a more supportive friend, and we've been through so much together. I know he's a brother for life. He's the kind of person we want in NHS, so please join me in welcoming Jonah Bingham into the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
My name is Marley Hathaway. I first met this person in PE, which, let's just say, is not one of my favorite classes. However, the person with the locker next to mine made it tolerable, greeting me with little Spanish phrases and making me laugh. As we spent more and more time together, I came to learn that she not only uses Spanish as a form of humor, but she truly loves learning the language. This is true about all of her classes, not just foreign language. She is devoted, attentive, and diligent in school. I have seen this manifest in her love for the fine arts. This person has cultivated strong skills and has been acknowledged by her teachers for her excellence in art classes. I had the pleasure of working with her on a project in which we completed a mural in the math hallway that had been left unfinished for years. Throughout this experience, she never ceased to assist me when needed and always kept the mood light and bubbly through sharing snacks, music, and joy. She has demonstrated her hard work and devotion to her craft since the moment she entered high school, being named the pitcher on the varsity softball team in her freshman year. Whenever her friends, teammates, coaches, and teachers think of this person, one attribute in particular comes to mind: kindness. Please join me in welcoming Leah Madore to the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello, my name is Sarah Butterfield. I've had the pleasure of knowing this inductee for the better part of 13 years. Therefore, I can confidently say she's a fantastic friend and an incredibly hardworking, generous individual. Her work ethic speaks for itself, as she maintains high grades in advanced courses, works part-time, and plays varsity basketball and softball. I've always been in awe of this person's time management skills, as she always started her homework in the time slot between school and practice, while the rest of us ate Brugger's bagels. This inductee has always served as a strong support system for me and those around her. I would always look to her for encouragement on the basketball court ever since we were 5 years old. When we were both called up for varsity tryouts our freshman year, we held each other's hands behind our backs as the coach announced the team. We both got cut, but we got cut together. The embrace of relief we shared as we celebrated this good news is a memory I will always cherish. Her compassion for others will serve her well in her future as a nurse. As someone who has suffered many sprained ankles and bloody noses alongside her, I know her patience will be in caring hands. I am so excited to see what the future holds for this driven young woman. I am honored to welcome Natalie Hendricks into the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Alex Shriver, and I am here today to welcome an inductee that I have known for a very long time. I know for a fact that I met him on our 4th grade soccer team. I say this so emphatically because from my first few interactions with this inductee, his kindness and upbeat attitude really had a great effect on me. This inductee is the kind of person who always seems to be having fun, which naturally makes people want to be around him. He leads by example because people want to be like him. He gives everything he does his best effort because he wants to be the best he can be. Every summer, our soccer team has optional off-season training. I say optional, but I'm not so sure this inductee knew that because he went to just about every single one. Seldom is there an opportunity that he does not take advantage of. However, he doesn't let his great drive get in the way of having fun or being kind. His empathy is what encourages the people around him to give the same kind of effort that he does. When we were both on the JV soccer team here at BUHS, we created a fantasy football league for the team as sort of a team boosting activity. And for those of you who don't know, fantasy football really only works with a maximum of 12 people anymore, and it gets really difficult. Knowing this, he still invited the entire 20-person team to join the league. Though it was necessary that our fantasy league had limited participants, it was far more important to this inductee that everyone be included. It wasn't even a second thought. His academic prowess is clearly impressive to have been inducted here today, but the grades on his report card don't tell the whole story. On numerous occasions, I've had conversations with this inductee about various classes and school subjects, oftentimes before and after big games or during grueling training sessions. It seems that his academic ambitions are never far from the forefront of his mind. Just looking at this guy's achievements will impress anyone. However, I think the context is the real story here. This inductee has managed to get stellar grades, participate in various extracurriculars, and serve the community at the same time. Oh, and I should mention that he is a multi-sport varsity athlete. And not only that, but he plays 2 of his 4 sports at the same time. This past fall, he was a starting defender for the Colonel's soccer team and the starting kicker for the Colonel's football team. His plate is so full, yet he excels at every single item on his schedule, with a smile on his face and a lasting impression on everyone he meets. I am honored to induct Reed Sargent to the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Maxine Lavidy. In the period of my life spent playing soccer, I had the pleasure of meeting and befriending this student. She excelled at the sport and offered guidance to those of us with slightly less athletic prowess. A natural leader and a wonderful communicator, she helped develop strategies and intricate plays to score on the other team. It comes as no surprise that she is now the captain of the soccer team. Taking classes with this student, I have also witnessed their academic achievements and love for learning. For those at the school who have taken human body systems, we know that it is oftentimes a rigorous class, full of anatomical memorization and complex physiological processes. This student always asked questions to clarify the lessons and gain deeper understandings of the subjects, and she explained the concepts to other struggling students. She further demonstrated this passion for learning by joining HOSA Future Health Professionals. I was able to study alongside her as we both competed in forensic science, and she brought humor and an extensive medical knowledge to the sessions. Vocal about her ideas for improving the club, she helped develop a social media page and carry out fundraisers to reduce competition costs. I have no doubt that her intellectual curiosity and drive for excellence will serve her well in her future medical career. It is my honor to induct Sophia Mikianias into the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Sam Pradasikan. A key word in understanding this inductee is balance. At face value, this young man is a relaxed and easygoing presence. However, studying how he conducts himself will yield the discovery that there is nothing passive about him. He is actively lifting the spirits of those around him with his trademark cheer, a cheer that is inclusive and can only be attributed to a heart of gold. I have had the honor of participating in athletics with this inductee for 5 years. During that time, not only did he make an effort to establish relationships with everyone on our team, but he served as a uniting force, bringing people together with his friendship. I have met few people who make it their business to improve the lives of others quite like this young man. His absence of judgment is sincere, an expression of his gratitude and serenity. Not only is the student actively respectful, but he is active in his spare time. He spends an astonishing amount of time outdoors, indulging his value of nature. Over this past summer, I would periodically look out my window. Often, I would spot this inductee running because there is a determination within him. It is grounded not in competition or a desire for accolades, but in confidence that I have seen develop in real time. That confidence paid off, and this inductee became a force to be reckoned with on the cross-country running courses. However, this young man maintained his humble composure. He regards bragging with a disinterest and certainly putting others down with contempt. These aspects of the student are not detached traits, but are synonymous and coexistent with one another, ultimately derived from his benevolence. It is in that sense that he is struck with balance, that creates a feeling of inspiration and raised spirits in those around him. It has been my pleasure to log many laughs with this inductee, and it is my pleasure to induct Tenzin Mathis to the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Marley Hathaway. As many upperclassmen have come to know, chemistry is one of BUHS's most difficult science courses. My class, in particular, was made even more so when we switched to remote learning. My peers and I often found ourselves reaching out to each other late at night in a desperate attempt to understand the homework. I found that there was one person who responded without fail. When he did so, he was always kind, helpful, and funny. He ensured that our class understood the material while keeping us entertained and lighthearted. I have had the pleasure of working with this person in multiple science classes where he has demonstrated his skill and interest in the medical field. Undoubtedly, his considerate and caring nature, coupled with his intelligence, will lead him to excel as a doctor. He has widespread talent and passion, evident in his many years playing trombone in the BUHS band. He explores his interests with confidence and constantly aspires to learn as much as he possibly can. I have been lucky enough to watch this person flourish and experience his friendship since the time we spent together in preschool. It is my sincere pleasure to induct Zach Thomas into the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Rosie Carrigan. The inductee I am going to speak about today is a strong leader who advocates for the youth around her. She has acted as a capable role model for middle school students since freshman year, interning in middle school leadership retreats and running 8th grade tours and question panels. She shows dedication to her leadership roles by taking the time to give middle school student tours of the high school and by making them feel comfortable with the scary transition to high school. In addition to this, she serves as secretary of the Keystone Club, where she participates in and takes notes on meetings and raises money for the youth in this program by organizing bake sales. Outside of school, she demonstrates impressive care towards youth by volunteering at a local farm, leading youth through games and activities. During this time, she also completes many farm chores, benefiting the farm greatly. She attended Youth to Youth, a program where she traveled to Montpelier and spoke at tobacco prevention rallies as the face of youth in her community. She received an award for Youth of the Year through the Boys and Girls Club by taking an active stand to stop hunger in her community. She makes a clear effort to spread kindness and support everyone around her, especially during her fall sports season as goalie of the girls' soccer team. Overall, this inductee is an impressive student who exemplifies all 4 pillars of the National Honor Society: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Due to this, please join me in welcoming Bella Powell to the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Abe Morodell. Today I am excited to talk about one of my friends and teammates on the occasion of his induction into the National Honor Society. While I've been his classmate and neighbor for years, I really got to know this person when he joined the tennis team. What makes me especially excited to help induct him is that he is one of the most positive, tenacious people that I know. For the entire time that I've known this person, both off and on the tennis team, I have never once seen him give up. I haven't ever seen him discouraged, and importantly, I've never seen him discourage someone else. For as long as I've known him, he has always been quick with a joke, quick to smile, and easy to talk to. These are qualities that have made him a great teammate, a successful student, and a good person. Qualities that get noticed. I reached out to some of our teammates and classmates for their thoughts. You may see a pattern here. He always has a positive attitude. He is a very caring friend and very good student. He does everything with good intentions, all around great guy. One thing that is so impressive about him is that he pursues whatever he's interested in with such a positive attitude and passion. I've seen him get better at tennis, and as his neighbor, during quarantine, I've looked down the street and seen him take advantage of the time at home to teach himself to skateboard. Skateboarding by its nature involves a lot of falling down, but it's also about picking yourself up and trying again. No matter what he's doing, he always does it with that same resilience and determination. Please join me in welcoming Jackson Heller to the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Samantha Mills. I have the pleasure of inducting a very passionate, hard-working, and talented person into the National Honor Society today. This person happens to be very involved in the musical side of our school, somewhere I have also spent some time. While I have seen this person on and off stage on more than one occasion, I did not realize the vast amount of accomplishments she had achieved until reaching out to her teachers. I found out that this person is a member of jazz band, chorus, mads, and band, and has reached high altitudes on her instruments of choice, which happen to be the clarinet and her voice, both of which I should note she is incredibly talented with. She has participated in the All-State Band, New England Music Festival, and has even received acceptance into programs at colleges such as UNH and UMass Amherst. Mr. Rice applauded her character, saying that, quote, she is able to tackle significant musical challenges on the clarinet by budgeting ample preparation time, seeking the help of a great private teacher, and setting short and long-term goals, end quote. On a more personal note, my inductee has played clarinet for shows I have acted in, working hard in the pit band for school musicals. I also used to see her every week in our multi-grade advisory for the BPA, where she continued to showcase her love of music. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Hope Thibault to the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Hazel Kinnersley, and it is my pleasure to introduce a truly exceptional inductee. This student is exceptionally hardworking in both her academics and sports, and has shown great leadership at BUHS. She is a member of the Student Council, where she works to make the school more cohesive, and is also a member of the Class Council, in which she helps with fundraising and planning events for the class of 2022. This student has also made admirable contributions to her community. She has worked on Green Up Day as a cleanup volunteer and volunteered at the Green Mountain Girls Tournament, helping with cleaning, arranging, and organizing. However, her most impressive work is that she has done at St. Bridget's Kitchen, a local soup kitchen in Brattleboro. Since she was 5 years old, she started volunteering, and since then has volunteered there almost every week each summer and during school vacations. Even in this pandemic, this inductee volunteered every week to pack boxes of food for people in need. This work is extremely important to her, and it is clear how much she cares about her community and those she helps. She thinks of making and serving food as a very loving act, and greatly values the connections she has made with both those she volunteers with and those she serves food to. This inductee provides those in need with not only nourishment, but love, human connection, and a sense of community. As I have been told, she is also very socially and politically conscious, and is profoundly dedicated to her family and friends. Her sister describes her as loyal, trustworthy, and driven, and I believe that anyone who has gotten the chance to know her could not agree more. Please join me in welcoming Juliana Miskovich to the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hi, my name is Jaden Conkling. The inductee I am speaking about today is a very hardworking student who is dedicated to learning and achieving her academic goals. Even though she is an honor roll student, she has many hobbies outside of school. This student has participated in 3 varsity sports throughout her high school career. She is a soccer player who always shows up to practice and works hard with her teammates, who nicknamed her the track star. She is a talented member of the track team who has competed at state meets and was known to run the 100 meter, the 200 meter, and the 4x100 relay. In addition, she is also an incredible Nordic skier. Outside of school, she is a member of the Rotary Club and loves the Lithuanian camp she has attended for many years. She is very dedicated to her Lithuanian studies, knowing the language and many of their customs and traditions. This inductee is a self-appointed master at making forts and joining. Overall, this inductee is an impressive and kind student who is sure to excel in her future goals. It is my pleasure to welcome Alina Seacrest to the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Leah Quadro, and I'm here to introduce an exceptional individual. She is one of the best people I know. Above all, she is socially conscious and willing to help others. During her summers, she works as a lifeguard at the Brattleboro pool, where she dedicates her time to the protection of other people. In the future, she plans to make a meaningful contribution to society by becoming a lawyer in order to fight for those who cannot defend themselves. Her academics are stellar. She sees education as a limitless and unending process to be enjoyed for a lifetime. Peers seek her out to discuss subjects because we know she will challenge our ideas and our understanding will improve. Her rambunctious and caring personality is magnetic and causes a gravity around her that pulls people in. The Italian word solare describes her perfectly, as she is as radiant as the sun. She has a strong sense of individuality and a tenacity that is difficult to match. It is my pleasure to induct my friend, Emmeline Stewart, into the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
This inductee is a committed athlete, community member, and supportive classmate. I have fond memories with him from our chemistry class, which I was on the verge of failing for the whole semester. It became a small tradition that when we received our test back, he would humorously ask something along the lines of, "What is it this time, Lucy?" And I would tell him my grade, and we would laugh about how abysmal it was. I left those interactions feeling more positive and with a different outlook, and was grateful to have a classmate that I felt safe to share with. I knew this inductee was a goofy and hardworking classmate I could turn to when I messed up on my lab or needed to check my equation. He's also engaged in athletics of all levels at BUHS and the greater Brattleboro community. He's played varsity and JV basketball, football, and baseball for BUHS, and he's participated in our unified basketball team. He's a leader on his teams, and he was the captain of his JV basketball team in his sophomore year, and he showed his dedication to sportsmanship and service to his team. He's been a 3-season athlete for every year of high school, showing a determination to stick with and improve his playing. He also gives back to future generations of players, as he is a coach at flag football and Hoop It Up basketball camp. This inductee serves other community organizations outside BUHS as well. He works as a janitor to clean up the Guilford Central School and helps with the beloved community Guilford Country Fair, and he helps out around his church. This inductee is volunteered for SCAMP, where he helps acclimate kindergartners to elementary school, and his commitment to service is admirable. This athlete is a leader, an approachable classmate, and an engaged member of our school community. So it is my pleasure to welcome Spencer Lawrence into the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
This next student isn't someone who I personally know very well, but I've regularly seen her in band for the past 3 years and always appreciated her contributions. She has challenged herself from her first semester at BUHS, taking difficult classes right from the start and working continuously on improving her musical skills, giving all these tasks her full attention and effort. She's an excellent team player and a positive presence in all the extracurriculars she takes on. A member of student council for her entire high school career and an active member of the band, she's made an effort to help not just with fundraising and organization, but also reaching out to younger members, making sure that they feel comfortable and welcome. Just last year, she took on the challenge of playing a chamber music concert with several older and more experienced players, and more than rose to the occasion, which demonstrates her determination and strength of character. Please join me in welcoming Jasmine Weegiel to the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Leah Quadro, and I'm here to introduce an inspiring young woman. Within every category of her life, she has a strength and passion. Musically, she is a powerhouse, commanding attention when she sings or plays the drums. She is a dedicated member of the band, taking on the role of a section leader. In addition to music, she is studious. She is in the top of her class and a member of the class council. A unique aspect of this individual is her love for nature. She has volunteered as a counselor in training at the Bonnievale Environmental Education Center, where she teaches small children about nature. She is a perfect candidate for NHS, and it is my pleasure to induct Violet LaCroix into the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hi everyone, my name is Iva Armour-Jones, and today I have the immense pleasure of inducting an individual who's the physical embodiment of what it means to be a member of the National Honor Society. I've known this person for many years now, and I've been lucky enough to witness their academic prowess and leadership firsthand. But most importantly, I've been fortunate enough to call this individual a dear friend. From playing lacrosse together to interning with an attorney, I've spent the better part of my high school career working with this person, and I can wholeheartedly say that she represents the best of what BUHS has to offer. She's fluent in French, an excellent debater, and most notably, a profoundly kind individual. She's deeply curious about the world around her, and even more passionate about how to make it better. In fact, in her just 3 years of high school, she's already made great strides to do just that. From writing statewide legislation to political campaigning, she's already making her mark. She's a true leader, a great friend, and I have full confidence in her future and current success. I look forward to watching her grow, and I can't wait to see all that she achieves. So, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Lily Buren into the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Sierra O'Hearn. I am honored to induct a good friend of mine into the National Honor Society. I got to know this inductee well last year, as we ended up being in the same English class. Sitting next to each other almost every day helped me get to know him better as a friend and a student. He tends to keep his knowledge to himself and be a quiet presence in a classroom, though that doesn't take away from the thoughtfulness of his ideas. He is kind-hearted and respectful to all. I agree with his own perception of himself, a kid at heart. His favorite classes were the ones where we read children's books to each other or watched movies. He is good-natured, finds joys in the simple things, and is such a light to be around. Athleticism comes naturally to this inductee. Making the cut for the varsity soccer team since his freshman year, he has always been a skilled player. He was named one of the team captains this past year, possessing the necessary leadership and reliability qualities needed for the position. The passion and dedication of this inductee has shown for soccer has led him to be one of the top performing athletes this past season, a well-deserved accomplishment. One of my favorite memories of this inductee happened last year. I proposed a challenge to him. If he could walk from the library back to our classroom without letting a book fall from his head, I would give him $1. Without any hesitation, he accepted the challenge and began cautiously walking his way back to the classroom. I remember there were a few close calls, but unfortunately for me, he was successful. This inductee's responsibility shines through this challenge, walking slowly up the staircase and hallway. Even though this challenge is small in size, his immediate acceptance shows he isn't afraid to rise to any challenge. There's one ace block that stands out to me when thinking of this inductee. We watched a video called Time Lapse of the Future together. Throughout our viewing, we talked about the theories shown in the video and our own. He told me he watches similar videos in his free time, finding them interesting and entertaining. Even outside of school, this inductee seeks knowledge and information. Since showing me this video, I've admired his curiosity and excitement towards furthering his personal education. This inductee upholds the pillars needed to be a member of the National Honor Society. Strong character, leadership, and scholarship are evident in this inductee. It is my pleasure to induct Alex Lear to the Mary Dana Henshaw Chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Stockwell. While I don't personally know my inductee, I've heard lots about her from my friends and peers, none of whom have ever heard speak badly about her. She's kind and compassionate, positive, motivated, and upbeat in and out of school. She's known for her great positive attitude, big heart, and trying her best in everything she does. She has a great sense of humor and eagerness to try new things. Her dedication to the things she loves, like friends, family, and basketball, is one of her most outstanding qualities. She has been involved with the girls' basketball team for years and is a very versatile player, having the ability to play different positions on the court easily. Please join me in accepting Chloe Gibbons to the Mary Dana Henshaw Chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Caroline Naylor. The person I'm inducting I've known for a very long time, and I've gotten to know them well over the years. Not only has this inductee excelled academically, but they are also a multi-season athlete on 2 varsity teams, soccer and tennis. This person is outgoing and gets along with everyone, from adults to the little kids they work with every summer at an outdoors camp. They are funny and always have a good joke, but also know when it's time to focus. This person has had my back and been there for me when I needed them and put a smile on my face. One time when we were little, I was upset, so to cheer me up, this person rode around me on the plasma car, making funny faces until I was smiling again. Throughout elementary, middle, and high school, I've been able to watch this person learn, grow, and become the outstanding person they are today. It is my pleasure to induct Max Naylor into the Mary Dana Henshaw Chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Stockwell. This inductee is known for her infectiously bubbly personality, cheerful attitude, and dedication to anything she does. She has participated in numerous sports, including snowshoeing, where she stepped up and partnered with a teammate who didn't have a partner. With her help, that student went on to earn his first ever Special Olympics medal. This type of selflessness is out of the ordinary for her. She sets the standard for teamwork and sportsmanship in the other sports she participates in as well, soccer and basketball. She celebrates and encourages all players, including new members, players who are having a hard time, and even players from the opposing team. Her volunteer work at the fire department also speaks to her involvement in our community. Please join me in accepting Joni Tuttle to the Mary Dana Henshaw Chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Sloan Wise, and I am pleased to be welcoming a wonderful new person into the National Honor Society. I, like many of those at BUHS, know this next inductee personally. The reason for her being so well known is mainly that she is one of those people that isn't afraid to talk to other people she doesn't know. Because of this, she is quick to make friends. and even before we ever interacted, her kindness and likability were well known to me. Last year, I had the pleasure of taking 2 classes with this individual. One of the classes we shared was AP US History, which was a pretty challenging class, but even so, she found a way to make it look effortless. It was easy in this class to be unsure of an answer, or to even sometimes become a bit bored. But she was always there to continue the conversation. She was never afraid to voice her opinions and ideas, even if she wasn't 100% sure they were right. And it honestly didn't matter if she wasn't confident in her answer, because most of the time, she was actually right. Even though the class was hard and at times confusing, she and her positive attitude were some of the reasons I found myself able to enjoy the class. During both classes and the few other times I saw her during the day, I never failed to notice what she was wearing. Nearly every day, I found myself looking forward to class so that I could see her outfit, because I do in fact really like her style. And even though I no longer have a class with her, I still find myself appreciating her fashion sense whenever I get the opportunity. Because of our history together, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome Padma Mendelsohn into the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Katrina Tao. Our next inductee is someone who has shown great contributions to our school community. She is a part of the Youth to Youth Club, a panel discussion leader for incoming freshmen, and an article interviewee and contributing artist to an environmental awareness piece for the National Audubon Society magazine. Classmates describe her as energetic and enthusiastic, a trait in which she not only shows in the classroom, but also on the soccer field. She was voted by teammates for the Spirit Award on the girls' varsity soccer team. On top of all of that, she was a representative for BUHS at the 2019 Vermont Student Athletic Leadership Conference. She is not limited to her contributions to our school. She also helped out with construction on insulating the new hut for the Brattleboro Aggie Club. Please join me in welcoming Sylvie Normando to the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Eric Flynn. Today I have the honor of speaking about a friend of mine that I've known for quite a long time. While I've known this person since elementary school, I first really got to know them more personally in middle school. This person, although sometimes soft-spoken, is one of the most generous and amiable individuals I know. In middle school, they would offer me their apple slices and occasionally a homemade muffin whenever I forgot to pack my lunch. Although this specific act is trivial, this type of behavior translated into the classroom as well. They would have no problems working with any other student and would go out of their way to explain their thought process to their teammates rather than continuing on team projects. No student goes lost or goes hungry on their team. Being a member of the 2017 BAMS algebra class, I have seen this inductee struggle. For context, everyone in that class were exceptional students, yet nearly all of them struggled hard that year. Despite that fact, this inductee did not give up. He focused on his own work and even offered help to other struggling students such as myself. His determination and act of going out of his way to help others makes him a solid teammate. Personally, I've been teamed up with this inductee both in the classroom and on the track. From the time this person taught me the fundamentals of soccer on the academy school playground to now, where they're a prominent member of the cross-country and track team. Their tenacity and strive for excellence has never faltered. And despite being one of the best long-distance runners I know, they never let overconfidence and pride get in the way of making friends. These qualities and acts make them an ideal teammate, a successful student, and an easygoing person. These qualities do not go unnoticed at BUHS. Granted, I am now writing a speech about them. Another thing I found impressive about this person is their independence. In 5th grade, this individual constructed a scaled-down wooden model of a barn. As a future engineering student myself, I find their persistence and independence to pursue their passions on their own time simply admirable. Building is about spending hours on something you want to show other people. It might fail a bunch of times, but the process of hard work shows dedication and perseverance. In the end, the result is extremely satisfying. This inductee's dedication to their passion makes me confident that they will go places in the real world. So please join me in welcoming Nolan Holmes
to the Mary Dana Henshaw Chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Caroline Naylor. While I do not know this person really well, I have heard great things about them. A peer described them as sweet and selfless and also quiet, but definitely one of the smartest people I know. A teacher described this person as someone who has a quiet, humble presence that emits kindness and support, and a very sweet person and is just balanced and has a positive attitude. This inductee is also very involved in the community as well as extracurriculars at school. They have been an active member in their class council for several years and are involved in athletics as a multi-season athlete. They've also volunteered for multiple years of the program that connects people who are learning English to native English speakers. Please join me in welcoming Alessia Tellini to the Mary Dana Henshaw Chapter of the National Honor Society.
To be granted induction into the National Honor Society is a great achievement. It is not only proof of an individual's academic performance, but more importantly, it is a recognition of services to our school community. Members of the NHS balance their own passions with service and community engagement, and this inductee's commitment to these principles is admirable. Beginning in the first few days of his freshman career, he has served on the student council and been an active member and advocate for student voice. I've had the pleasure of serving on the council with him for the past 3 years. When you first get to know this inductee, his quiet demeanor might fool you, but soon you'll find that he is a source of light and humor, especially on those early Wednesday morning meetings. For these reasons, he is the chairman of our esteemed party planning committee, and he always is tirelessly planning extravagant parties for the student council, most of which never come to fruition. Going above and beyond his duties, he helps to cook food and serve at the overflow shelter and gives up his last day of summer vacation on freshman first day, talking on panels and giving tours. This inductee was also an interviewer for our hiring committee for our new superintendent, extending his commitment to student advocacy beyond the council. This inductee's academic achievement should not be overlooked. Particularly excelling in all things math, he has maxed out on all of our advanced math classes offered at BUHS, and he continues to challenge himself by taking VHS math courses. His achievements and high marks in these courses attest to his incredible work ethic and drive. This inductee is also a talented athlete, participating in varsity hockey, tennis, and competitive pool ball. His sportsmanship and athletic performance inspires him to serve local youth athletes. This inductee works at a soccer camp and he volunteers at our local rink in the Learn to Skate program. He uses his love of these sports to support and motivate young people, a sign of a true leader. A role model athlete, he was recently accepted as a new member of our athletic leadership position, which his coaches nominated him for. Furthermore, this person is a caring peer and friend. Many would describe him as trustworthy, understanding, and generous, and he's always willing to use his natural understanding of math to help a classmate in need. In fact, I know a close friend of mine that would not have passed Algebra 2 without his support and quality taste in music. It is my pleasure to welcome William Taggart to the Mary Dana Henshaw Chapter of the National Honor Society.
Hello everyone, my name is Abby Brown and I'm here today to welcome a new member to the Mary Dana Henshaw Chapter of the National Honor Society. Members of the National Honor Society are held up by 4 pillars: character, scholarship, leadership, and service. This student balances on all 4 with the grace of a dancer. They excel in their academic classes and are seen as a leader by their peers. This student leads younger students to a brighter future by helping them with their schoolwork and their homework. They have a passion for dance like no other, and they spend much of their time at their dance studio. On top of their own dance classes at the studio, the student has been an assistant dance teacher for many years, helping bring younger students to their potential. They have also directed and choreographed an hour-long performance for the community to enjoy. This student doesn't take any breaks from helping the community. During the holidays, they have dressed up as the Easter Bunny for children. They have also sung Christmas carols for the elderly in nursing homes. This student has been described as passionate and caring by those around them. This student encapsulates what type of person the National Honor Society strives for. They have dedicated their time to helping others through leading, teaching, and entertaining. So please join me in welcoming Carly Gallivan to the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society.
The person I am about to introduce I've known since first grade. We have gone to countless sporting events, birthday parties, and family gatherings. Over the years, I've gotten to know this person well in both happy and sad situations. They are incredibly loyal to their family, including their sister, pets, and a bunch of cousins. This individual can make difficult things seem natural. If you didn't know this person well, you would think everything came easy to them. But this isn't true. Their real talent is that they have the drive to work incredibly hard to get better at things they like and want to accomplish. They have the skill of enjoying something enough to work hard to get it to be perfect. This person is extraordinarily hardworking and makes things look easy, even though it took countless hours to perfect. They are an active member of the STEM Academy and a successful athlete who plays varsity soccer and is on the Nordic skiing team. They are interested in engineering, but to be honest, they will be successful at whatever they decide to do. Often, if someone in high school is really good at certain things, specifically if they make varsity soccer freshman year, they may be full of themselves or arrogant. But that's the remarkable thing about this person. They never brag about themselves and are usually found boasting other people up and cheering others on, usually with a giant smile. They are incredibly humble to the fact you might not know they are a whiz at math, and that they spent a summer on a Native American reservation volunteering. You would never find this person dragging others down to make themselves feel better, for they are uncommonly kind and empathetic. One thing they are not good at is taking compliments. In fact, if they knew I was talking about them right now, I guarantee you they would be blushing. Lastly, few people know, but this person is an exceptional dancer. So, it's my pleasure to induct Magnus von Krusenstern to the Mary Dana Henshaw chapter of the National Honor Society. Congratulations.